Shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, HaKadosh, the wonders of the apostles and the elders of GMS. Shalom to the elect. You know, we're the New York City King, GMS New York. We are here on another Saturday to prophesy the downfall of Babylon, which is America, and to feed the Lord's sheep. You know, so we're going to jump right into the scriptures.
All right. This is Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression.
Right. So that's what the Lord is saying. We got to be out here, you know, we're using our voice as the Lord's mouthpiece to tell the people their transgressions. Who are the Lord's people? The blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Israelites. You know, so we got to tell them their transgressions. We telling them, y'all going off. Y'all got to get back. What is going off? Which transgression? That's a sin. You know, you're going off against the laws of the Lord. So you can't eat shrimp, crab, pork, lobster. You know, you gotta can't be having sex on the Sabbath. You know, the idolatry. You know, things like that. Adultery, fornication, those things. You gotta put that off, man. That's going off. Those are the ways of the heathen. You know, so we gotta tell y'all that y'all going off. So now y'all know it's no excuse. You know.
That's something real quick. 1 John 3:4. Chapter 3, verse 4. Whoso committed sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law. There you go. So whoso committed sin, like brother said, brother man mentioned sin, cry aloud, spare not, lift up the trumpet, shall not lift up the transgression. Transgression is sin, and sin is the transgression of the law. So if you transgress the law or go against the law, then therefore makes you up a sinner.
All right. Finish it up. All right, cut.
Yeah, fine. Right there. Yeah, that was it on that.
And show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Right, and again it says show my people, which means it's not everybody. That my people is a possessor, meaning it's a certain people, which again are the blacks, Latinos, and Native America, who are the Lord, holy people, holy meaning separate. Separate from what? From the rest of these nations, separate from this world.
Go behind.
Right, because like in Romans it says what? Be not conformed to the world, meaning we're not in agreement, we're separate, we're not with Esau's program.
There we go.
You know what I mean? We're not with going off. We're trying to get right with the Lord.
Yeah. Well, I don't know right now, but
But yeah, you know.
Try to put it all in everything.
Yeah, I get it.
I got something real quick. 1 John 2:15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
I'm going to the bathroom, huh?
All right. Cut. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
Right, because yeah, we're not loving this world. Why? Because what's in this world? Wickedness. All they do is teach you wickedness, you know, from the holy days that they got us celebrating to the philosophies that they pushing out here. Got this feminism, the homosexuality, you know, things of that nature. Why would we love this world? That's going up. That's going to get you on the wrong side of the prophecy with the Lord.
Yeah.
You know, we're trying to get right. You know, so we can get that multiple exemption, and the Lord will show us mercy. You being in agreement with this world is not going to get you mercy. That's why, you know, we quoted this earlier in Romans where it said, be not conformed to the world, meaning don't be in cahoots. Don't follow in the fashions of this world. Don't be conformed to this world.
That's right. All right. Neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Right, and that's understandable. Listen, if you love this wicked shit going on in the world, then how could you love the Father?
Right.
It don't make sense because the world, what the Lord wants and what this world wants is opposite, man. It's two different things. That's why there's a line being drawn and you have to pick a side. But ultimately, the Lord is going to pick it for you, but it's going to be played out. You know?
One more thing, go. Matthew 6:24. No man can serve two masters.
Right, two masters, meaning what? You gotta be decisive in this thing, man. You can't be lukewarm. You gotta be on one side of the fence or the other. Either you with the Lord or you with the wicked shit. It's one or the other. There's no in between. You can't be trying to, you know what I mean?
For either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other.
Right. So basically like yeah, so if you're in this truth, if the Lord has called you into being this truth, but you're still trying to serve the world or your own flesh, you know, you're still trying to get it in, you know, the plethora of things that this world will tell you to do, like, you know, you're trying to appease your woman, you know, but you know you got to be out here on Saturday. That's a conflict. Right. It's always going to be a conflict, so you have to choose one. You can't serve two masters. You can't serve yourself and the Lord. No, that's why this thing requires sacrifice. And if you want to get
All right. Ye cannot serve the Most High and mammon. Yeah, money. Because look, before it was Islam, Nation of Islam. What else it was? The regular Islam, the Sunni Muslims, and then what it was 5% is a conscious movement. Now what it is, leveling up, right? It's pushed heavy now. At mammon. It's good you want to make extra bread or whatever, but they saying be all into it. Like that's everything. You're everything.
They love money.
Yeah, so
The love of money is the root of evil.
because you could have your hustles or whatever it is, but if that's like your 100%, that's what we mean. Like, I'm trying to,
right. I got
you know, like if that's your all into it, and nah.
If I can add on to what the brother's saying, we got it. That's why what the scriptures speak about is having a balance. Right. Yeah, listen, nobody's telling you don't take care of yourself, provide yourself with shelter, things of that nature, the things that are necessary for you to continue on. But ultimately, you can't be overindulging. You can't have that false balance to where all you're thinking about is the riches. At the end of the day, this shit is temporary. If you pay attention to what's going on, you would know that this dollar is falling. This is not something you want to put your all into, especially right now. It's at the bottom.
Matthew chapter 19, verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have? Therefore?
Right, and that's a reasonable question, right? Because like we said before, this walk, you got to sacrifice. You have to forsake. You got to put off. So you're gonna have to put off whatever it takes. This got to be your first priority. But with sacrifice, you want to know what are you sacrificing for? This is what Peter asked.
Verse 28. And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, he also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Verse 29. And everyone that have forsaken houses or brethren.
Go back. I said, judging the throne, judging is the 12. Read that part.
That's 28.
When the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yeah, that's in the kingdom of heaven. The 1/3 being one of the 1/3 in the kingdom, the governing body. Because you're gonna have what 144,000. All right. So the highest seat, under Yahushua, King David, the 12, around those numbers around that term, around that area. So that's the that's gonna be like the nobility, like the highest, the hierarchy, yeah. Brothers got it.
Saying, like when you look on this world, who's at the highest level? Your elites. We basically going to be the elites, but in righteousness. We're going to be controlling how this thing works. What the joint is where your house shop. We're going to be in control of what's going on. We're going to be the government body. And 2/3 of our people, they're going to be citizens. Like one of the elders had quoted before. He said, listen, 2/3 of our people, Israelite is still a blessing, but they're going to be citizens while the elect, we're going to be in control. We're going to be in the government. We're going to be in the government seat, the highest seat, which is ultimately that glory that Jake seeks anyway. But they seek it in the corruptible way. We try to do the incorruptible. We want it to last forever. Because paraphrasing the scriptures, it said, "Store not up your treasures, which could be more." Right? If you want to get that. Right. So that like these treasures on this side, man, it's corruptible, man. We see that the celebrities and people that got the treasures that you seeking for, what they had to do for it. But nobody want to speak about that. They had to do a lot of shit for that. And it can still be taken away the minute you piss somebody off. But the Lord, when you do it for the Lord, when He give you your reward, it's forever, man. It's eternity. It's eternal. You're gonna be on that seat forever.
All right.
Verse 29. And everyone that have forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive an 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life.
Right. So that means, but that was a lot of things that you gotta forsake. Whatever it takes, you might have to forsake your mother, your father, your daughter, family, basically, or even land. Now you know, they acquire certain things in this world, and you might have to forsake that. You might have to give that up. But for the Lord, for the name's sake, for your Howard Shah, for your Howard Bashir, Howard Shah, you gotta put that off. But what does the Lord say? If you do that, you will receive 100-fold. You know. So those things you're not supposed to put your all into. You put your all into this, and whether you, because the scriptures say what? Paraphrasing it, whether you got to be, whenever the Lord brings you to whatever state the Lord brings you to, you got to take that, but cheerfully, you know, because there's going to be ups and downs in this thing. You're going to lose shit, you're going to obtain shit, but all of it is temporal. It's all of just, we're in captivity to this day, man. So we're not looking to have quote unquote heaven on earth. That's what the 2/3, that's what the celebrities are doing.
Yeah,
and
you got it. Like when you're in this truth, you're gonna see that. And you don't even have to offend no one. Whatever it is, you're gonna see that you're gonna become like radioactive to people, man. They're gonna like move away from you. You get what I'm saying?
Right. And you are gonna offend because like you read the first scripture, it said tell our people their transgression. When we tell you can't be a homosexual, that's gonna offend people. When we tell you that you cannot eat shrimp, crab, pork, lobster, that's gonna offend people. When we tell you you can't be fucking on the Sabbath, you can't be having sex with other men's women, that's gonna offend certain people. But so what? Just because it offends you doesn't mean it's not true. It is what it is, man. That's what it's saying. The whole world, man, it's gonna offend you, but it's correction that's needed. Because ultimately, this devil Esau, which is the so-called white man, he has filled your head with philosophies that you can do what the hell you want. The church tells you that you could basically sin and it's done away with. You don't have to worry about that. No. The scriptures say, paraphrasing this, because we're not saved under the law, should we sin willfully? God forbid. No. Just because the law is not necessarily going to save you, that doesn't mean you got to go off. No. You still handle it because at the end of the day, this is about that purging process, man, to get purified, man. So the Lord's like it.
It's more.
Verse 30. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first.
This is Matthew 6:20. But lay up for yourselves treasures. Let me read that again. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. That's right. So we laying up our spiritual bank account for the kingdom of heaven. All right. And what happened? Any great investor, it takes time. We call it an accumulation period. That's when everyone else, where it seems like it's unable to, that investment seems like it's unlikely to take off. That's the ground floor. That's what, Lord willing, we get in there now, the ground floor.
Right.
So in the kingdom, we have all of that, where it can't be stolen.
Right.
Esau can't take it with his taxes. Your woman can't get you set up or have the government come and seize your shit. That ain't happening.
Right. And on top of that, you know, storing up your treasures, I mean, getting right with the Lord, doing spiritual things. When Jacob's trouble and other afflictions come and adversities come, you're gonna be able to so-called withdraw from that bank account, man. Now the Lord is gonna cover you, you know, because you did the work. While 2/3 of our people are gonna be out here assed out, and they're not gonna know why. Because they didn't do the work when repentance was over.
That's it. This is Isaiah 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
Right. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So and basically the scriptures say what? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. But so you gotta fear the Lord. That's the first thing you gotta do to even get this truth. You gotta fear the Lord. Right. But ultimately, knowledge.
It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time.
Stability of what times? When shit hits the fan. Right. You know, we're, Lord willing, we stay in this thing and we endure to the end. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be stable.
Yeah.
Because we read the scriptures. We rehearsed the righteous act. That knowledge and that wisdom, we have it. You know. So now when shit hit the fan, we already know what to expect. Right. 2/3 of our people, they're not gonna know what's gonna happen. We wanted you. The RFID is the MOTU, which is the mark of the beast. So now when they come down with that thing, people gonna be panicking. They're gonna take it. Now, I gotta feed my family. You didn't harken onto the word, man. You knew that you had to. I mean, you knew this was coming. You know, things like that. It's a warning, so you got to take heed.
They're not gonna be balanced. It's gonna throw them off. They're gonna bitch up. They're gonna take the chip.
Right.
They're gonna comply to the establishment, man.
Right.
Because it's gonna come a time to where even people gold and silver is not gonna help them. It's not gonna be anything that they can barter with. It's not. It's, you know how they say scarcity, ain't gonna be no food, no water running, no power.
Right.
So your gold or whatever you got, it's not gonna help.
And you say there's nothing they could be able to barter with. What are you gonna barter with? Our faith.
Yeah.
You know, and our
And
faith
the
is if you storing it up, you building up our faith, you was accumulating that spiritual currency. You know, while Jake was accumulating the carnal currency, and when that currency is shut down, then what? They got nothing else to bank on. You know?
And to add on, real quick, also that knowledge and wisdom is not being carnal in those days, because what is a lot of Jake gonna do? They already storing up their guns, ready to go to war with a div, with Esau, whose blessing is the sword.
Right.
So all you're gonna do is get wiped out and leave your families out there with nothing.
Right.
Jake think he's going out there to go hunt. He's gonna get his gun. He's gonna go out there. I'm gonna kill someone and bring it back. Now you're not. You're gonna go out there and get murdered.
Brother got a scripture.
Right. You got it.
Revelation chapter 2, verse 25. But that which ye have already hold fast till I come.
Right, and what do we have? That we have this truth, man. We know that the Lord is coming. We have the faith that the Lord is not going, that He's going to look out for us, man, because we sincerely repented and we sincerely need Him, man. We know that already. We're not putting this on ourselves. We know that. Listen, without the Lord, we ain't nothing, man. We're gonna get it. We're gonna be just like the 2/3. We're gonna be getting hurt out here, so we put all our faith in the Lord. Continue.
Verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
Right. So yeah, which means you gotta endure. If you overcome what? You overcome the temptation. You overcome the trials and the tribulations that's gonna happen. Then He's gonna give you power over the nations. Then you'll be deemed worthy enough to be of the governing body. You know, of that 1/3 of the 144. You know, to be in control of those other nations. I don't know.
And verse 27, Shalakia, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. So we're going to inherit a great inheritance, which is the kingdom of heaven. We're going to get rulership. We're going to be that governing body. Lord willing, we be of the 144,000. There's not going to be anything in this dimension that's going to pluck the 144,000 men. Lord willing, that be us out of the Lord's protection, out of the Lord's hand.
And I said it back there. This is Romans 8:16. The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Okay.
And if children, then heirs of the power and joint heirs with Yahushua, if so be that we suffer with Him, that we may also be glorified together. Yeah, backing up Revelation 2:25. The Lord said, "He that keepeth His workers to the end, to him will He give power over the nations." You know, we're gonna be joint heirs with Yahushua. All right.
Lord, we the elect.
Yeah, Lord willing.
We was prophesying in other generations. The spirit of prophet is subject to the prophet.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So what? Lord willing, what we was doing if we was doing righteous acts in the past, then we gonna be doing it now.
Right.
And then the scoffers out scoffing in the past, they're gonna be here now. See, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Said, though you
There's no new thing under the sun.
Right. This is it's bringing us back to our remembrance. I think it's taking that in Jude. You know, this knowledge is what we knew before time. You know, it was always been prophets even since the beginning of time. You know, the Lord always sent us the prophets. Yeah. So it says, and if children, then heirs of the power and joint heirs with Yahushua. So that's what we're fighting for. That's what we're striving for, all right? To be the heirs with the power, man. With Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, this is what it's about. You guys say no?
Okay, Matthew 24:11. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many.
Right, and that's when we already know that. When you see these other camps, not saying any names, but they're leading people into a ditch.
No, say their names.
Right, you know, IUIC, Sakari, all of these camps, you know, that if honestly, if you're not coming under the doctrine of GMS, you know, starting with the apostles and elders on down, then you more than likely you're going off, because we, from the apostles, they were the first ones to say what? The MOTB, the mark of the beast was that RFID chip, giving out that warning.
And I'll say real quick, Because the doctrine is not ours.
Right.
It's Yahweh Shema Shah's
Right.
doctrine, his word. He just uses as the vessel to teach it.
Yep.
That's Amos 3:7. Surely the Most High will do nothing but reveal the secrets to the servants of prophets.
Right.
You know, so these secrets, this doctrine is the Lord's doctrine. We're just his vessels, you know? We gotta put that out there, because somebody will try to make it seem like,
Right, yeah.
well, we know what you meant, you know?
And real quick, that's what these other camps do. They make it seem as if that this truth is theirs. And I mean, and they sway it the way they want to sway it. But this is the Lord's business, and you're supposed to conduct it the right way.
Right.
You ain't supposed to do whatever you want to do. The scriptures tell you how to teach these people, right? The Lord said, go out into the highways and byways, all right, and bring them to the marriage. He didn't tell the heads of Israel to take a break and send the young men out there. He didn't say that. That's why the apostles is out there with us to this day. You know, a prophet is supposed to be in that stead. Go out in the highways and byways, feed the sheep, rebuke them sharply, whether they hail or forbear. The Lord said all these things. He didn't say go out, give them out pamphlets and have rap videos. He didn't say make his house a place of merchandise,
Have cookouts.
having cookouts and all that. You know, the Lord said give them the truth and that's it.
Right.
Point blank period. Be brotherly to one another. You know, repent. You know, it's scripture say offend less. You know.
Right. And on top of that, you know, when it comes to rebuke, you know, you got it, because people try to use an excuse that they never heard, they never knew.
Right.
You know, but the Lord is basically already eliminating that excuse, because when he does come down and give judgment, it's not going to be a cloak for your sins. It's going to be like, now you heard.
Right,
you know, the brothers was out there, whether you cross paths with them, you know what I mean, walking outside, or whether you was online looking up some nigga shit, and then you might have seen a video, and then the spirit had you click on it. Now you know what I mean, but you came in with a scoffing spirit. Whatever the case may be, you heard the truth. You ran by the truth. It was out. It's for everybody to hear. This gospel was spread across the four corners.
All right, this is Matthew 12 and 11, right?
24 and 12.
Oh, 24 and 12?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I got it though. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, right? Because iniquity, you know, that's what sin on top of sin, you know. So it's gonna be high, man. Sin is it's only getting worse, right? So the love of many shall wax cold, and there ain't gonna be no love out here. It's gonna be wickedness, man. What's it called? Dog eat dog. You know, the cat that you thought was your man, gang, and all that. It's not gonna be that, man. It's gonna be everybody for themselves, man. Yep. Treacherous.
And sin is transgression of the law, like breaking of the law.
Right, that's what we brought out earlier. It said, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Right, again, endure, man. Endure unto the end. So if you continue in this truth, you continue to bear your cross, you know, and handle your business, which is what? The Lord's business. You're going to be saved at the end, man. You know, it's going to be that I told you so. Because our people, man, they don't want to hear this, man. They want to go about their day, man. They want to get their money. They want to enjoy themselves, man. They want to give into the flesh. But ultimately, that's all prophecy, right? Because it got to be a 2/3. It's winners and it's losers, and that's just what it is. So the Lord put the Spirit on you to basically do this work, or to come under the dominion of the Lord and learn it, and just, be patient. Then that's a good thing, man. And you got to hearken on to, and you build on that, man. While 2/3 of our people, it can be your own family. They're gonna have to go through what they go through, man. Everybody got a lot.
And this is Matthew 24 and 13. But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved.
Right. Again, yeah. So you got to endure to the end, man. That long suffering, putting it in, man, day in and day out, going through the afflictions, going through that like the scripture said, they want to get it to 2/3. The first part shows.
From Zechariah?
Yeah. I think it's 13. You got it. But
Being hated by the world.
Right. Yeah.
Because now you don't even gotta say you're against things. It's spirit. The spirit that's on them and on you, they see you not with the shit that they doing.
Right.
The adultery, the pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, the gay shit. You ain't with that. A lot of things, stealing, once again, adultery. All the shape up thing. You're not with a lot of things, so the world gonna hate you, man. All right, they don't gotta outright say, "Yo, we hate you." It's just that y'all not gonna gel.
Yeah.
Right, but ultimately that's how they hated the Lord. You know, so that's just what's going. That's what comes with it. That's what comes with bearing your cross, man. They're standing on something, integrity, which 2/3 of our people lack, man. You know, they don't have integrity. They're not going to stand on nothing, man. They're going to just fold the minute the minute anything gets tough, but you simply say what? If thou faith with that, when adversity comes, you have little strength.
Now, faith is small.
Right.
Yeah, you see what happened when the seed came out? You know what I mean?
Right.
The Lord didn't even push the button like till like the full extent to where, you know what I mean? And Jake was folding a little, oh, you gonna lose your job, Jake. All right, fuck, I gotta do what I gotta do.
See, that's
there's ways around that. There was so much ways around and shit, but Jake just couldn't, you know what I mean? They owe little faith, you know?
And that's why we go through being afflicted. We in the furnace of affliction right now. We go through certain things right now. So it's basically we're taking hits and all of this. So right now, so when that time comes, the Lord is already building us up to like, yo, man, you see people laid out, little kids getting put to death. It ain't bothering you, man, to where you're not gonna give a fuck about them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's because the Lord is, because the world look at us and they laughing at our situations. They might not tell you they laughing, but yo, look, he doing all this preaching stuff. He going out, doing this week in and week out or whatever. What is he gaining from that? This is what they say, you know. They don't even have to tell you, but they thinking it like, yo, he doing all of that for nothing. You okay?
Right, but in this world, it's like, you gotta understand this truth is so strong because you can do anything in this world and nobody cares. They don't have nothing to say. You could be a transsexual, you could be homosexual, and they're gonna tell you, listen, let them live his truth. But the minute you come out here and say, I'm standing for the Lord,
crazy.
Now, yeah, you crazy. Now everybody got something to say. They hate you. Now you bugging. You spit. You spewing hate. But you could be a feminist. You feel me? Which basically what? That's against men. That's women. They against men. They don't want no correction. You can't tell them nothing. Oh, you shouldn't have control over women's bodies. You should be able to just a woman should be able to do whatever she wants, even murdering her own child, and you shouldn't have no say so in that.
I got something because you said that as far as coming into this truth.
Right.
Now it's something to be said. But if you in this world and you can be whatever you want, let him live his truth. But this is the reason why Yahushua spoke on it. This is John 3:19-21. It says, and this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. And that's go ahead.
No, you got it. But you know, they love darkness rather than light. So if you bringing anything, if you bringing correction, Jake hates being corrected. They hate discipline. They lack discipline their whole life. So when you come through with any type of correction, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be, they can be stiff-necked.
And that's why these people in the world, they don't, I mean in Jake, they don't want Esau to fall, because they want to keep so-called running amok.
Right.
You know, playtime is done when the Lord returns.
Right, yeah, they want to just have folly, they want to enjoy folly. But you gotta understand, Jake don't want to die. If you really don't want to die, you gotta get right. And it's simple as that, you know? But some people going to hearken and some aren't. But that's ultimately why we're out here. You know, prophesying to the wind. It's going to catch you from its energy. It's going to catch somebody, and they're going to wake up. They're going to be like, all right, you know what? Let me see more about that. Let me look into that. You know, because that was their lot. While another person may hear it, and it just fall on deaf ears. You know. But yeah. So you know, I'm gonna get second address. It says, behold, speak thou. This is second address 15:1. It's like it says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. Right. Who are the Lord's people? Again, on the side, black side, Native American. Right. And that's something. That's what they'd rather be doing. They'd rather be on their bike taking a stroll, you know, enjoying themselves, you know, trying to get some women, trying to get into whatever they're gonna get into, as opposed to saying, like, you know what, let me put on for the Lord. Let me get something that's gonna actually sustain me. That's actually gonna be a betterment. It's gonna profit me, man. Because nothing in this world is really gonna profit you. But again, I'll read it for you. Right.
Second Ezra 15:1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
And prophecy means to speak before it happens, you know? So we basically telling them what's gonna happen, what's gonna come down to this place, what's gonna happen to 2/3 of our people, and what's gonna happen to the other nations, man, starting with Esau, so-called white men. We're gonna tell them what's gonna happen to him and what's gonna happen to our people, if y'all don't hearken to this word.
Which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
Right, because this is, like the brother said earlier, this isn't our words. We're the Lord's mouthpiece. We're just saying what the Lord is putting in us to say, which is in these scriptures. See?
All right? And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
Right, you know, that's the Holy Bible, man. You know, that's the scriptures.
Yep. So when they say, ah man, that was written, men writ that book. Yeah, the men of the Lord, the prophets, through inspiration of the Most High. Because first it was oral. It was orally. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you could see that with the family of Adam.
Yep.
All right. Now it was oral. All right. Then what happened? It was written on stone, then scroll, and then from scroll to the regular paper. Because you know, after a while, our people were hard-headed. I might give you ever played that game where you give somebody you tell somebody something, and then after a certain amount of people, the message gets distorted.
Right.
So it's no excuse. It's written down. And every I don't want to keep babbling, but a lawyer referred back to their books, right? A doctor to their notes. So when the prophet referred back to the scriptures, the law and everything, everyone, you know, they gotta refer back to the books, and so do we. The Bible,
Right. Which is our book. Which is what?
a book of many books.
Right. And it's only for certain people. It's
Yeah.
not for everybody. This is why the main thing people say about the scriptures that it's either confusing or it's a contradiction. It's not because it's not for you. You know, this thing was written in code, man. It's only for a certain people. You want to continue a little bit more? Yeah.
I got you. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
Right, the incredulity, the unbelief, man. They can't believe because it's not for them. You know, they don't want to believe. They despise the Lord and they despise His laws. Right. You know, so they can't believe. But don't let that affect you, man. And you know what time it is. If the Lord put the Spirit on you, and you know what time it is, and you handle your business, that's a blessing.
We're not fearing Esau.
Right.
The people in the public that walk about, 2/3 of our people, they're threats because they might get cut by this word.
Right.
For all the unfaithful.
Right. No, you continue. Yeah, I'm about to say that.
For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Right. Yeah. These people, you know, 2/3 of our people are unfaithful, man. They don't stand on these on the laws of the Lord. You know, but we like I said, we're not fearing these guys. You know, we don't care about your opinions because they want you to go off, man. Our people enjoy wicked shit. They want you to go off. If you're going off and you doing what everybody else doing, then you good. You're in good standing with the world. But then it says what? That we are holy people, which means you separate. So it got to be something to distinguish it. You know, so we're not going with what y'all going with. So we don't care. We honestly don't care about the opinion.
It's always, or somebody always, a family or whatever, a woman, they always, there's something about the Saturday that they want to take.
Right.
And then, let's say we didn't go out Saturday. Let's say we went out Thursday. And it'll be a problem.
Right.
So it's gonna, no matter what, the day that you do, the main day you do the Lord's work, that's gonna be the day that they want. All right?
I gotta say real quick, because y'all said that. That's what you said, Jake. That's what Jake wanna do. They want you to go off, basically.
Yeah.
This is Deuteronomy 13:6. It says, if thy brother, the son of thy mother, or thy son, or thy daughter, or wife, or of thy bosom, or thy friend, which is of thy own soul, entice thee secretly, saying, let us go and serve other gods which thou hast known, thou nor thy fathers. You see that? That's what Jake always had in their mind state. This is going into serving other gods and philosophies, but that's basically what Jake wants you to do. Right. When you're going out into the world and conducting in the manner of the so-called white man. That's a different God. And they try to entice you secretly.
Or
you gotta watch Jake.
It could be about making some money.
Yeah.
It could be legal. It could be making legal money too. Now guess what? That's a mammon.
I'm about to say that. That's a spirit. That's a God.
American dream.
Yeah.
Democracy.
Yeah.
Which is free enterprise, right?
Exactly.
So it's going to that money is going back into Esau philosophy. Is gonna, when you break it down, it's gonna go all the way back to democracy.
And that's what our people try to do. You know what I mean? They hate that you in the truth, but still we try to throw some shit your way to tempt you.
Well, look, could you put that on pause just for a little bit?
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, I can't do that.
Yo, come on me to this. I got a little convention going on. You know what I mean? And you see everybody making money prosperous, and then you start getting enticed. Yeah. That's what he wanted from you the whole time.
And there's 6 other days during the week.
Right.
Do that, right?
Right. It says, namely the gods of the people which are round about you, nigh unto thee, or fall from thee, from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. It says, thou shalt not consent with him, nor hearken unto him, neither shall thy eye pity him, neither shall thy spare, neither shall thou conceal him. So at the end of the day, man, you don't consent to what